So it's time for another gardening week video, and I've been away for a few days and it's really lovely to come back to the allotment and see everything has changed for the better. At this time of year, I think gardening, coming to the allotment or just out into the back garden, it's always a lovely surprise as all of the summer veg finally kind of starts to arrive. So it's kind of great, I love harvest days, and today, unusually as it's a Monday, is a harvest day because we were busy in the lakes hiking yesterday. So I'm going to get on with the harvest. So it's Monday afternoon, just finished the harvest, as I say, running late this week, and yeah, still pretty good. You're going to get 2 harvest videos probably this week, but hope you can cope. Anyway, salads, just waiting for salad onions, which Debbie is currently processing. Radishes, honestly I don't know why I bother with radishes at this time of year. There's so many other things that are better. Radishes are so good in spring, but as soon as you get to summer, no, not so good. Lovely carrots. Wow, just look at these cucumbers. I don't know, we must have 35, 40 cucumbers there. And that brings our total to something like 145, or perhaps even more than that. Of course, we're still harvesting strawberries. Very few of them make it to the harvest table. Most of them are eaten fresh. New Zealand spinach. Actually, we'll have spinach, proper spinach again next week. Potatoes, smoothie mixes, broad beans, loads of peas actually, lovely peas. Some of these are sugar snaps, but I'm just harvesting them as marsh too at the moment because we've got loads. Courgettes, decent little harvest now, coming thick and fast. Really lovely selection of brassicas, and I've started picking some of these beautiful red cabbage leaves, which I love. And what have we got? Oh, last bit of chard there as it's going to seed. Actually, the new season chard is probably going to be ready next week. Kales here, pretty nice. Cauliflowers, and there's another one here, another little one there, and gorgeous harvest of calabrese. Some really nice beetroot, red onions. These are from the store from last year's August harvest, and then these are new season ones. We have about 100 or so that haven't gone to seed. Those are the ones we'll focus on eating between now and August. The ones that have gone to seed we've processed and put in the freezer or the compost bin. So that is it, except the salad onions. So you'll see those as I make up the salad boxes, but they're gorgeous purple ones. The variety I'm growing at the moment is Leela, and they will bulb up if you leave them long enough. So it's Thursday. I've had a rough few days actually with migraine pretty much the whole time. Suppressed it with meds, but I'm a bit dopey now. Yeah, dopey, can't even think of what I was going to talk about. Yeah, I've been busy just doing the odd jobs on the allotment and just trying to work through it. And so I've got the golden purslane planted, popped in another batch of calabrese. Always trying to do just a batch of calabrese every few weeks, all the way through summer. And what else have I done? Oh, taken the nets off the colettes and put the butterfly netting on. So they've had the kind of fleece netting that I use, Envirotect, and that just gives them a bit of shelter from the wind and a bit of extra warmth through spring. But it's they're outgrowing that net basically now, so the butterfly netting is lifted up about another foot, and that'll keep them going until July time, and then I just take the nets off. So I take the nets off all of my brassicas at that time. I find that the combination of spraying with BT and just keeping an eye on them and continuously harvesting leaves off them is all I really need to do. I will get a few caterpillars and things, but I'm just keeping an eye on them. So every few days, just walking around looking for damage. And as I say, BT, so long as we don't get too much rain, BT is pretty good. Rain washes it off obviously, but It's it kills the caterpillars reasonably reliably, although, as I say, I don't rely on it. So what else have I been doing? Oh yeah, so my potatoes on the drive, they were a bit leggy. I knew they would get a bit leggy because it's not that much light on the drive, but I thought they would do okay. I put support strings in because I saw we got some fairly windy weather coming, but they still got really bashed up. So there's loads of broken branches on, stems on them. And yeah, they just look a right old mess now. So I was so pleased with them. I thought, oh, these look really nice. And then the winds came and the rain came and they just got flattened and broken, and what a mess. So I'll have to rethink that. It's the ones that I didn't really have a good thing to tie the strings in that got the worst of the damage. So I'm thinking next year what I'll do is I'll move some of my trees that are in the bins over to the other side, so I've got somewhere to tie them, because the ones that were properly tied in, they did okay. The support strings were what was needed. So yeah, it's been a right old week really. Not a great week to be repeated, but there's still some good things going on. As I say, the colettes, they're taking the nets off, had a good look at those. They're looking really nice, very happy with those. Incredibly, still picking like 6 cucumbers a day and eating quite a few more. Strawberries are doing well. Everything harvest wise is going really nicely. So anyway, that's enough for Thursday, I think. So it's Sunday and harvest day, and actually not very much has happened gardening wise since the last little snippet of video, other than I noticed my first caterpillars. And actually they were on a plant in the front garden which I'd previously called the mystery plant, since we didn't know what it was. It turns out it was a Romanesco cauliflower planted back last year sometime in July or whatever, and it's only just started to flower. It looks like a lovely plant, but yeah, we had loads and loads of caterpillars on it, just on one leaf, and I haven't seen any cabbage whites out so far, so I was quite surprised really to see it. So anyway, from now on I've just got to keep my eyes open for caterpillars on the other brassicas. Anyway, other than that, I just wanted to say that we have finally got tomatoes, but only really just like a handful a day, so not enough really to keep Debbie and I supplied, so we're still buying them. But enough for snacks in the polytunnel when I'm down on the allotment, which is really nice. I don't honestly think we'll have enough tomatoes to keep us going until July time probably. It's quite an interesting contrast between tomatoes and cucumbers. I mean, we've been self-sufficient now in cucumbers for well over a month, probably since early May really, and I think we've harvested now so far something like 150, 160 cucumbers, and I've probably harvested 20 tomatoes or something like that. So quite a big contrast between the two, and obviously cucumbers kind of go a long way by comparison with tomatoes. So cucumbers I think are definitely for me the best fruit for growing early. They're just amazing, and obviously I've grown mine in the conservatory. Anyway, let's get on with the harvest. So although I said I've got the cucumbers in the conservatory, I have of course got some now in the polytunnel. And there's an example of one of the plants, and there's a good crop on there, and I've been picking these every other day basically from the polytunnel. So I think I've picked about 20 from the polytunnel so far, and obviously the growth rate is picking up nicely now. Plants are nearly as tall as me, so I will be training them all the way through the roof. And I've got 3 plants. This is the second one, and so I can't believe that I actually harvested this 2 days ago, so pretty good. And here's the third one. I've got these 3 tomato plants which are kind of looking really sickly by comparison with the rest of them, and this actually happened last year as well. This bit of ground here for some reason just doesn't seem to suit tomato plants. I don't really know why. They just come out like really spindly and, as I say, kind of sickly looking. They just don't grow. Just compare them again. It's just remarkably different. I mean, they do succeed and they do get a crop on them, but they look just really poorly. So I've got 3 more cucumber plants that I might put in here. Alternatively, when I set these courgettes outside, I might put the cucumber plants in these containers. So anyway, we'll have plenty of cucumbers once the ones in the conservatory finish, which will be, about 3 or 4 weeks' time, probably. So here we are with this week's harvest. It's actually really good, but it's mainly kind of doubly impressive because of the cauliflowers. We're going to finish with cauliflowers now for a little bit, and calabrese actually. We just have to focus now on growing for autumn, winter and spring. So we just don't have enough space to have all of the flowering brassicas all year round. Although we will have some sort of late summer again. So anyway, let me just walk you through it. So baby little cabbages there, some more little cabbages there, big calabrese heads, purple cauliflowers, little white cauliflower, more calabrese, mixed potatoes. I kind of got them mixed up when I got my seed potatoes in. So we have actually got some of these, which are a main crop potato. So they're really small. And these are Charlottes, and they're really big because they were second early. So lesson learned there, Steve. Don't get your seed potatoes mixed up. Turnips. Actually, these are the first turnips we've grown this year. Unbelievably. We normally have turnips all the way through spring, but they just went to seed. So these are the first good ones we've got. And so some nice new season onions, old season onions. Last of the green garlic for now, which is fine because we're picking the garlic next week, and then we'll have green garlic in a few weeks' time again. And nice beetroot. This new season we don't have any beetroot in store now. First sweet pepper of the year. We've had chili peppers for a while, but those are the ones for this week. Courgettes. We've been picking them during the week, so I think we had sort of twice as many as that, so 6, so not very many, but picking up now. It's been so windy and kind of, not, I wouldn't say cold, but just really windy here, and the courgettes have not enjoyed it. Last little bits of asparagus. I think we're stopping picking the asparagus now, so we'll let that grow on. Peas, gorgeous selection of Mange 2 and sugar snap peas. To be honest, they're pretty much the same thing. And huge pile there of broad beans. I've got more to pick, but we don't freeze them, so there's no point picking them right now. Carrots, pretty good. Not the best carrots. These are Mercurio. They're a nice early carrot, but they're not my favourite. Touchon is my favourite, and Eskimo for winter. Brussels sprout leaves, loads of different types of kale leaves as always. Smoothie mixes, spring onion tops, more spring onion tops, more spring onion tops, and then all of this is new season kale. I forgot to pick the New Zealand spinach. No, sorry. This is new season spinach, Asian spinach, Mikado, and I forgot to pick the New Zealand spinach. So, but to be honest, we don't need any more spinach than that, so that is okay. Cucumbers and more cucumbers. We are kind of overwhelmed with cucumbers. Everybody's getting like 2 cucumbers in every salad box at the moment. And these are the salad bases. So pretty nice salad bases, although the salads at the moment, the leaves, they're really tough because it's been really windy, and that just toughens the leaves up no end. I'm looking forward to harvesting some hearts, which will be in a couple of weeks' time, and they'll be really crisp and fresh. And the salad onions, which are crisp and fresh. So that is quite a nice table again. As I say, next week we won't have quite as much. But as we kind of head into summer, to be honest, I don't really miss the flowering brassicas. There's just so much other stuff to eat. And that is why we kind of save them for autumn, winter and spring. So you'll just have to forgive me dwelling on the salads because I'm a salad nut, and I really love the way that we make the salads up, and so does everybody else. And so, yeah, there we go. These are mine here. I don't have that many peas in mine because I eat so many peas when I'm on the allotment or in the back garden, but still nice to have a few in the salads. And we actually ended up with too many cucumbers, so even though we gave everybody 2 cucumbers, we've still got spares, as well as some spare onion tops. But yeah, amazing. And pretty soon these tomatoes won't be bought from the shop, but still, they're pretty good from the shop, so I'm not really complaining. So hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, and this is the Seaside Kitchen, Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.